Ba, 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 ba. Good evening, everyone. It's Sparks here, back for more Final Fantasy XIV. Last time around, we took down Titan and also started doing some of the higher level class quests that we had unlocked. I do have a few more that I can do before we go into the next bit of content. I don't plan to do any main scenario today, as we've reached the point where I want to run through one of the dungeons to get a full set of new gear. So we're just going to run through all the level 35 class quests today, as well as do one run of Sunken Temple of Karn. So yeah, let's get to it. First, we are going to go ahead and do a game of cat and fish. You're familiar with the Culinarians Guild, aren't you, Arbert? If you couldn't tell by its supercilious name, the members are a finicky bunch, particularly the fussy master Linskiff. So when he comes asking for shadow catfish, no other fish will do. Even if I kindly explain that fishing one out involves an arduous journey to Falgard Float, followed by grueling labor. Naturally, I thought of you for the task. This will likely require a bit of fish wheeling, if you know what I mean. But I imagine you not, as I just invented that word. It means recasting a fish you've just caught as bait for a yet larger fish. In my wisdom, I have deemed that your fishing prowess, land-faring acumen, and physical presence directly in front of me qualifies you as the ideal candidate for the job. The physical presence part is the funniest part there, because it's like, yeah, no, you're just happen to be here. I have no doubt you'll be more than amply capable of fish wheeling, or any other new terms I see fit to conjure up for that matter. Simply use crayfish balls to catch a striped gobby, then recast that to catch a shadow catfish. Take it from the inventor of fish wheeling, since the striped gobby will come your lore. You'll want to catch the biggest, shiniest one you can find. A long journey lies ahead of you, and I fear the guild will not be the same in your absence. However, I choose to think of it not as losing a friend, but gaining a shadow catfish. Good luck. Alright. So, first we need to... She said Falgard Float. So I'll do that first. Let's see all the ingredient things we need to know. Crayfish. Right, so first we need to find a suitable fishing spot. Right here should do. Then we need to get some, what was it again? Crayfish balls. Or, sorry. Yeah, crayfish ball. Alright, then... I think if I use... Oh, sorry. Forgot to do that part. Alright. Oops, used the wrong button. It's fine. We should still catch what we need to. Alright, we need to pay attention to whichever icon flashes. Come on, get the shadow catfish. Yay! We got what we were after, easily enough. It's a nice large one as well. But yeah, I know what the head of the culinary guild is like. After all, I work with him as well. I work with all of them, really, at this stage. I should double check which other class quests I can do. I think I leveled up in one of the other ones, and now at a high enough level to do another level of one of them, too. This guy ought to crack a smile when he glimpses this beauty. They say never to look a gift fish in the mouth. One can't help but stare at this gaping grimace. Looks like it could swallow a person whole. I'm sure the fish of Gridania are none too displeased to see this one leave the water. I heard the Yarzans come with the fish too, sometimes migrating north and attacking fishermen in hopes of stealing the catch. I suppose I should have warned you about that ahead of time. Still, I don't see what all the fuss is about. All the lengths one need travel and dangers one need brave. The fish tastes a little better than mud. Pardon me, but perhaps I might persuade you to prepare them in a proper bath. Water washes off the waste you could wipe away. The visible vapors only vanish with vinegar. You must mind the mud you can't see. Speaking of the mud you can't see, where'd you come of all of a sudden? A good guildmaster gusts in and goes out as a gale. Now you see me, now you don't. Actually, I think we both still see you standing right there. But that's neither here nor there. Arbor, there are a few fishermen who could haul in the catch you did today. Frankly, I've started to wonder how we ever got along without you. Damn right you are. I think... Hold on while I search to see if I have this item. I don't. I think I'd rather have the gloves. And we'll get the boots this time. The catfish you fetched for Lynn's Cave has raised quite a stir. He was so pleased with the quality and quickness of delivery, he's been raving about you to anyone in earshot. Now the word swirling in our limbs of a fabled fisherman has reached the ears of your fellow guildmates. But most of them have no idea who you are. It doesn't stop the lazy sunbathers from fabricating folk stories about you. Meanwhile, Chicharoon's done his part to add to your fame. Singing your praise is well beyond the walls of the guild. So well beyond the walls, in fact, of goblins that come to enlist your help. Toctix is a friend of Chicharoon's, so we're somewhat obliged to hear him out. Don't expect him to be much more intelligible. Though I am to admit it, we'll most likely need Walago again. We'll see. Chicharoon told many glory tales of mighty fishbringer to Toctix. Toctix is friend, Chicharoon is friend. Fishbringer is friendly friend, yes? Moon was shining on east years of Lonasia when most lovely fish appeared. Toctix wondered if friendly friend Fisher can bring back lovely fish from Moonsea. Wallalago, please. As much as I wish I could interpret that well, I cannot. So Goblin gets a glimpse of some kills, and I'm to guess the game? Naturally, I know what you need to know. I'm more surprised you saw fit to solicit my support. The moment you mentioned the moon on the eastern seas of Lanasia, I figured out the fish you're fixing to fetch. Full moon sardines. Schools of struggling migrate under moonlight through the Strait of Merthor to return to their mother, or meet their makers. Tastiest time to take them too. Pluck them plumb in their prime. From dusk to dawn, droves dip and dive down Bloodshore. Spinning spoonworms in the water will snag some sardines and sate your sponsor. Okay. So full moon sardines. So I need to do this one at night. That is frustrating. We'll need spoonworms as well, which I don't know if I have. Slugworm, Moth Pupa, Versatile, Pillbug, Bloodworm, Algae, Weed, Slugworm. Nope, I don't have that particular one, so we'll have to fast travel over to Hawker Valley. Thankfully, the good news. Oh, we know the bad news actually is that it's very late at night right now. I may not have the time to get it. I'll have to hope that I can get. Okay, spoon worms is what I need. And where do you say to go? Bloodshore. So we need to fast travel to fast travel to Costa del Sol and hope to God that it's so we can get all 10 before the sun rises. Alright, Bloodshore, that's over here. Quick. Probably not gonna make it. We'll see. We might have made it. If not, we'll have to come back, because unfortunately I don't have the ability to, Nope, there we go, we got him. We're lucky we can catch all 10 before the... before the sun fully rises and they stop spawning. So I'll check. Could you tell me the time restriction, please? Great. Well, I think it's too early. I'll have to check, though. But yeah, it's probably too late now. Too early. Too late now. Yep, 6 a.m. is the end of their spawn cycle. Darn it. We'll have to wait till 6 p.m. before they'll spawn again. Which means we should go and do other things while we wait. Let's take a look and see what we've got to work with. Alright, so from the Disciple of Land, we got Botanist we can do, both level 30 and 35. And for Miner, we have at least level 30 to do. 35 rather, because we both got 30. For Discipline of Land, we have 20 and 25 to do for Carpenter, 25 to do for Blacksmith. We're good on Armor, 30 to do for Goldsmith, 25 to do for Leatherworker, 35 to do for Weaver, 20 for Alchemist. That's it. So, we have an armorer one, so we'll go back to Limsa at the very least. And switch to Blacksmith to do a Blacksmith quest. Then we'll also switch, once we're finished that, let's see, where is it again? Blacksmith. Once we're finished this quest, we'll go ahead and do other things. I think because I will go and do the warrior quest, then because I need to go to Ul'dah Gridania for things, I think I'll go to Ul'dah first and we'll do Second Temple of Karn. Get the title of the episode out of the way. Alright. You've come a long way since you first joined up, lad. Some smithies might be content to eke out a living selling cheap tools and weapons, but not you. You'll be satisfied till you're the best, alright? Aye, that's the stuff. Always looking to bury yourself, ain't you? I respect that. If you've no motivation, it's only a matter of time before your work starts to suffer. Your customers start looking elsewhere, folks start whispering your best days are behind you, your wife runs off with a goddamn merchant, and next thing you know, you're just another who start drowning yourselves at the wedge. But that won't happen to you, will it? That was an oddly specific story. Do you have something to tell us, Berthale? Oh, it wouldn't surprise me at all. You've heard quality work back when we had to deal with tree folk. But now I need you to do the same again. We're after another big contract, see? There's a bloke in town who's looking to buy a boatload of steel. Won't place an order until he's sure we can deliver first rate stuff. So we need to send him a sample of our finest work. It takes a lot of skill to forge a bar of high quality steel. But if you've got all the ingredients, you're halfway there. Saying that, it can still be right pain in the arms. I know you're up to the task, lad. When you have made the thing, give it to that porcelain merchant from before. Faisar, eh? So as he can deliver it to the client. Okay, so for this, I need iron ore, which I think I might be out of. Yep. And bomb ash, which I'm pretty sure I still have plenty of. Yep, Silva's got that. Which means we're gonna first need to go over to Horizon and get again. I swear we need to get so much iron. I'm gonna get a full run of all the iron ore in this area, just so that I can make sure that I minimize how much I need to collect. That will only be the one who is keys go wrong. So it should be this last one. Yep, there it is. And that should have more than enough iron. Back to Limsa. Switch back to last go over to Hawker's Town. How much bomb ash do we need? Just the one. So, Silva. Just trust a bunch of stuff to her first. Oops, grab what I needed. Let's just sort inventory first. Retrieve quantity just the one will do. After all, I'm sure I'll get this in one go. Oh, right. I got additional retainer ventures. I meant to send all my retainers on missions. So we can start leveling up. Their level can't exceed my own, but my own level is high enough right now that I'm confident of sending enough adventures. No, I didn't leave that open. I got what I need right now. Alright, let's do this. I have confidence in our abilities. Yay! We did it! Let's go back to the Aft Castle and deliver the goods. I've always loved how this whole place looks. It's fascinating how they built it up the place. Like in some cases they just straight up carve these straight into the cliffside. In other cases they've added brick. I actually wonder if those bricks are carved. As in, they just literally carved bricks into the side to make it look nicer. Or if they did just reinforce it with brick. I'm not sure. Meet again. So when you're here to deliver the steel, know this. If it's not first rate, I won't present it to the client. Well, good news. It is. Very well. Inside, Smith. Quite how you learned to smell such excellent steel, I don't know. But I do know that I had not to do with your wretched mentor's teaching. Harder than mere iron, if not so rigid as to be unworkable. It cannot have been easy to determine the exact quantity of bomb ash required to achieve such a balance. Speaking of which, just how did you acquire the ash? Don't tell me you went and slew the void sent fiends yourself. The markets are hardly a reliable source, I know, but risking death in a fire exposure is beyond reckless. Still, if that's what it took, I admire your dedication. I expect your forge match will soon be receiving some good news. I only hope you remember to toast your name when you adjourns to the wench to celebrate. I'm sure you will, do. Have me leveled up, which means blacksmith now no longer requires. So that just leaves alchemist as the only class that's under the level required for me to no longer need the friendship circuit. Wait, is it? Yeah, it really is. Hard to believe that. Oh look! Somebody who didn't read the thing because they're probably just a bot. Give me a moment while I use my immediate ban on the on people trying to sell AI. It's really exhausting. People just don't listen to simple instructions and rules. Right, well, I think that's it for the ones in Limsa that we can do right now. Carpenter is Gridania. Yeah, blacksmith and armor done. Goldsmith is Ulda. Leatherworker is Gridania. Weaver is Ulda. Alchemist is Ulda. Culinarian we've done. So yeah, we're done that. And Discipline of Land, we can't do the Fisher one until it gets to Nightfall again. So that'll have to wait. We can, however, go and do the Botanist ones. And one of the minor ones. But first... Ooh. Discipline of... Yeah, war job quests. Because we have reached a high enough level to continue the story. So, well, almost. Warrior can't continue it yet because it's under leveled. So, I think this is a good time for us to switch over to Warrior, fast travel to... Where the fuck do we need to go for this again? Little Alameda. And... go continue. Mount Roulette. I apparently timed out with my minion, not my minion. My Chocobo. Seto is apparently not able to beat her right now, which is fine. Right now our main objective is to just get over to the mission area. Avoiding everything we can. Yay! Welcome to some Temple of Khan, or what remains of it at least. Used by ancient Beladians as a place of worship of sun goddess Azamat. Much of the temple's history remains shrouded in mystery. While we have sent a research team to the depths, I regret to say that the investigation proceeds at a snail's pace. That is, when it proceeds at all. It would seem that the Beladians have rigged the temple with all manner of devious traps and snares, to determine temple robbers, no doubt. We have recruited adventurers to assist in the traps, but be forewarned, many who have entered have yet to return. Should you wish to brave the depths, we would welcome your aid. There we go, we're leveled up, so now we can go and do the Warriors level 35 quest, which I am going to go and do before we start this one. I can engage duty support from anywhere, so we can jump into this one later. Right now we'll go ahead and fast travel over to Costa del Sol and do the Warriors promotion. Then we'll run the second Temple of Karn. It's just I should do all the level 35 quests before no level 35 quests, but yeah, no, the job quests. I should do all those before I go into second Temple of Karn with any job, simply because of the fact that if I that if there's a new skill I can learn, I should learn it before doing the mission. It does slightly bother me that I have to go all the way over here for this part. Oh yeah, we got a promotion. You're now a corporal. It's fun. Hidden Falls, where there's actually a place where you can hang out. But no, it's down over here. And I thought we get an attack called Inner Beast, which uses our beast within. Look at that, my friend. I can see that you've not neglected your training. For my part, I fear that deciphering the ancient chronicles of my people is proving much more demanding task than I had imagined. Mind you, it hasn't helped that I've been somewhat preoccupied of late. A comrade of mine from my days in the company of heroes asked me to do a favor, and it's taken me back and forth across the realm like some bloody pharaoh. I'm on a hunt for some mysterious feral beast that's been terrorizing Smallville. Bill don't know where this monstrosity came from. Witnesses say its thirst for blood is unlike anything they've ever seen. Unfortunately, the time I have spent in pursuit of the beast is time I have not spent studying the chronicles. I'm sorry to say that I have made little progress. However, while on the road, I was able to decipher one passage that may be of interest to us both. What I can gather, the chronicles tell of an ancient set of armor forged from my ancestors in the flames of the seven hells, and inscribed with the same arcane incantations that adorn the soul of the warrior. It would seem that this mighty armor was passed down from hero to apprentice for centuries, until one man, driven by rage and vainglory, cast all 5 pieces from Abalathia's highest peak. Since that day, the armor has remained lost, and with it the power that it harbors. As far as I can make out, the next passage of the Chronicles concerns the whereabouts of these missing artifacts, though I have only been able to make sense of the odd word thus far. Still, I must confess to some excitement. Imagine a warrior clad in such garb to achieve. If only my brother were here. We could decipher the text together and spread the teachings of our people to the entire realm. Alas, he is not. His whereabouts are as hidden to me as those of the ancient army. I would have liked you to meet him, if only so that you could have looked upon a true warrior. Well, perhaps you still shall. Yours is not as large as most people conceive. Paths cross, fates intertwine, such is the will of the spinner. It may be that my brother has chosen a similar path to mine, but I have rambled long enough. You are here to take the next step of your training, and so I shall oblige. In the southern reaches of Thanalan is the Sagali Desert, God's forsaken wasteland of naught but sand that stretches as far as the eye can see. It is here that the Leviathan of Doom lurks, a sandworm of gargantuan proportions. When facing this mammoth creature, you will soon realize that the feeble hacks and slashes of your puny axe are ill-suited task of felling with your foe. But do not let that dissuade you. Wake the slumbering beast within and summon forth the strength that transcends the limits of your physical form. Mind you, first you'll have to find the beast, and that might prove a tall order in itself. The Ute tribe that inhabits Forgotten Springs is wise to movements in the densest desert. Do you want for guidance? I wager they could set you in the right direction. Okay. That sounds good. A Leviathan of Dunes? Saw the fearsome bugger not a week ago, preying on a group of merchants south of Byrodot's Strike. The smart ones dropped their wares, turned tail and ran. The dumb ones, well, at least they can say they died rich. Jesus. Morbid. About what I expect. I have seen the beast. Stands 3 moms high, he does, and stirs up sandstorms with each ride and wriggle. Showed up in my hunting field some years ago, and has been swallowing up my would-be prey in that gaping maw of his ever since. Sandworms are particularly sensitive to vibrations in the earth, such as those made by running. If you're looking for someone of the beasts, I suggest you search for their tracks, then run about making as much of a clamor as possible. I also suggest you seek a cure for your madness. Well, can't say they didn't warn me. Sorry. Just, as I'm sat here, I'm feeling very itchy. This time of year with the heat and the sun, my Dyer's disease tends to flare up a bit. And yeah, it makes me very itchy. One of the only things I've found that helps with that is CRV moisturizing lotion. Just putting some on every now and again to try and help reduce the itchiness, because it is frustrating. So frustrating. Yay, we did it. Now back to Costa del Sol. Yeah, because right now, Warrior and Ninja Sorry, Warrior, Ninja, and Scholar, I think. I think I did the level 35 Scholar quest as well, didn't I? Yes. So, out of the classes that are eligible for this, only 3 of them have actually finished their level 35 quest. So, yeah, until we've done them all, had them all do that quest, I don't feel comfortable sending them into a mission into a dungeon that's going to be harder, especially when I'm playing with other people. So I'll do it in duty support with Warrior, as that'll probably be the fastest option. Alright, the crystal grows ever stronger. Rebelling the raging Samurai, the east wind continues, slowly but surely rouses to wakefulness. Sorry, I just feel a very itchy spot on my leg that's craving soothing there. Alright, the crystal grows ever stronger. Felling the raging Samurai, the beast within you slowly but surely rouses to wakefulness. When next you do battle, methinks you will find yourself capable of movement heretofore unfamiliar to you. When you have mastered your new talents, return to me. In the meanwhile, I shall continue my study of the ancient texts. Yay! We have gained access to a pretty powerful ability, in fairness. Inner Beast. Which in turn upgrades this gauge. So, now... Sorry, it's main commands, duty support. We're going to go ahead and do Sunken Temple. So, what's that? Trust, the different system that gets unlocked later. Let's go for it. Register for duty. Sunken Temple of Karn. Oh, and it's 3 p.m. in game now. We only need to have another in-game 3 hours in game before it'll be time to go fishing again. Well, we already know that there's undead around here. There we are. Let's go. I know not to trust this party with larger groups. Now, one of the things I've never checked whenever I've done this in any of with my other characters is this. The engravings are too worn to decipher. I see a grape and a fire. So hopefully that'll give me some information I can work with. How about they all attack the stronger map instead of the one that's already weakened? There we go. Okay. So, the Helm of Might. Whoop. Back up. Whoa, okay. Carbon face is running. Damn it. Once it escapes, I think it respawns again later, but I don't know if it keeps its prize. Gem of Affluence is obviously a gem. Alright. Well, that's a big voice sense, alright. Or at least it looks like one. party gets inflicting doom. One to glowing spot. Rid of it. That part I remember. The glowing spot does move, so it can be a challenge to figure out where it is when you can't see all the points. Which is why it's generally good for this particular fight to keep the camera angled so that you can. That way when it inevitably moves, you can still find it. Fight finished. You get the treasure, sure. It's a circlet, which is the one for this class, so yay us. Now, one of the things I do recall they have changed about this particular dungeon is in relation to these guys, the Avor Dupos. Originally, these guys moved around a bit, and you have to lure them back to the glowy spot on the ground that they stand on, so that they'd activate their things. But ever since the revamp to introduce duty support, they removed that requirement. I think it was done because of the fact that the NPC tank wouldn't know that they needed to do that. Which obviously is a problem if you're trying to have the NPCs lead the way. It was probably just extra work to program them to do that movement. So probably it's easier just to take away the enemies movement. Anyways, Flame of Magic. That was on the left of the original thing we saw at the beginning. I need to remember that. The Fruit of Knowledge. Which is always that bundle of bricks. Which is interesting if that's what this species saw as the Fruit of Knowledge. I guess it's more appropriate than an apple, really, because a bunch of small fruits, each containing a little bit of knowledge, is certainly better than one big item. I think that's like big grapes. Certainly some kind of fruit that has bunches. Ah, yes, the Karn Facer that we saw run away earlier. I don't know if the reward from it is better if you kill it earlier or if it's the same. I think it's just nice to get it earlier. Either way, there we go. Upgraded axe. Oh, there it is. I thought there was a ghost-like enemy in this area. I was wondering where it's gone. got a limit break. Alright. Enemy number 2. Don't know if that was the best use of a limit break, but I don't really care. All I know is we have to beat up the Soul Stone, be able to hurt the boss. Soul Stone comes back up. Break it again. And occasionally provoke them. Level up. One of the main reasons why we do these at-level dungeons. Karn Cowl. I think that's something for... Where is it? Oh, that is something that's gonna take up 2 slots. Though at this stage of the game, that's not really a problem. Like, early into this, I would have said it was. But that was only because we had an item that boosted our experience. The inability, well, not the inability, but that item stopped being effective a good 10 levels ago. So at this point, any gear that's just better than what they have equipped is worth it. Alright, well. Right now, though. There is a correct order here for what we do for these. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it was Helm of Might down here. Gets us this chest, which just contains some shards. Not the most useful of things, but hey, it's something. Then over on this side, it's Affluence. Again, don't think it's that useful of an item in here, but hey, it's something. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything. No, we're fine. It is very easy to miss something in this dungeon, though, because of these side chambers and the fact that you need the right key to open them. This one, if I remember correctly, is magic? Yeah. It's the Vault of Ether. So, this will be magic. More shards. Yeah, not the most useful thing. I think the other side will contain an item, though. Nope. Wrong one. This is the Fruit of Knowledge. There. And now the Vault of Secrets opens. Which got us Karn duckbills, which are not useful to this class. That's fine. This is where it's possible to actually avoid a fight. If you make the right choices. Essentially, each of these pans, you need to put in whichever one you saw at the beginning, which are the Flames of Magic and the Fruit of Knowledge. And then if you tip the scales, both the main door to the boss and a secret chamber open up. Ooh, bunch of broken statues, and the one left function. Imagine if all the others weren't already broken. We probably would have had to fight all of them. But instead we just have to fight the one. And yeah, this is the main reason why I wanted to do this in Duty Finder, or Duty Support. Ah, I hate it when that happens. Still, got multiple pieces of gear that we need. So, it's better than nothing. Also, we get the mapping of realm. Usually when I do this with a party, the party completely skips over the side chambers and it always pisses me off. Because, like, okay, so you guys don't want the gear. I know it's because usually I end up pairing with people who have done this before. So it's not as big a concern to them if they don't get the gear. Okay. This fight definitely feels different from what it used to be. We got this. Okay, it's summoning again. It's once again the ones that will pull us in. Go help the Conjurer. No? We're good. I feel like I can ignore these guys, but at the same time I shouldn't. Well, there we go. We've done it. Sunken Temple of Karn completed. Where are the other statues crumbling away? Maybe they were just statues and that was the only one that got brought to life. Ah well, either way. Got a pair of Karn boots out of this. So, yay, we got the boots and we got the gloves. We also got something called Beldian Glass. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but I'm sure we'll find a use for it at some point. Right now, though, we finished another dungeon. And yeah, that makes me happy. I do intend to run through that dungeon until I have a full set of gear from it. But for now, I think I just want to go and do some more quests. Right now, specifically the ones for Ul'dah. So, actually no, Ul'dah is where we have to go last. So, I think I'd like to go to Verdania. Because we do end up needing to be in Ul'dah for the next main scenario quest. But, yeah, we did good. I should mess around with all my classes. Wrong thing. Just to make sure they're ready. Oh yeah, I should switch back to Warrior and update it as well. Okay, White Mage. Oh, can we remove the mask, please? Oh no, I hate it. I hate it so much. We are definitely gonna glamour that as soon as we have the ability to glamour things. Because yeah, it doesn't have the option to reduce to. Ugh, I hate it. fine. Alright, Scholar, Bard, no upgrades for Bard, Monk. We basically didn't get any DPS stuff from that dungeon, did we? Oh wait. Looks like the Karn stuff for tank is also the stuff for Reaper and Dragoon. So there's that at least. No, we are not. Well, actually, yeah, no, we're gonna leave. What is the copper ring? We'll equip it. It's better than what he has equipped. Okay. So, before we continue, I am going to go glamour this because I hate it so much. I'm sorry. It's not... It looks nice, the actual main parts of the outfit. It's the fact that it has a mask that cannot be removed. Like, if it weren't for that, I would be fine with it. I just want to see if the one that I just got, that ring is... It's not. The Meteor Survival Ring is not one that is just armoire. It is one that we will have to put in a glamour dresser. Let's see. I think for now I will... The outfit I have right now, I feel like the best bet is the Acolyte robe, to be honest. Let's try it on with current gear. Yeah, that's what we'll do. It looks marginally better than what we have equipped. Alright, let's go get the Summoner quest. We're gonna get all of the quests from this area that are not crafting or gathering. I don't think I should get the crafter. The Carpenter one is right here. I'm pretty sure I only have... How many... I'm trying to figure out how many quests for this one I actually have to do. Because I'm pretty sure I was only at... Yeah, 15. So we still got 20 and 25. Well then. But I also turned to you lately. I trust you have honed your skills further since last we met. In that case, I have a request. Mayhap you have made iron lances before for your customers. However, you have not made them for me. As you doubtless know, my standards differ from those of others. An iron lance is a sign of one of elegance and simplicity. I will see you demonstrate your understanding of those qualities through your work. This I ask of all my charges. The iron lance is a marriage of elm, iron, and leather. As you are doubtless aware, the requisite elm lumber and circles of leather are already available within the city. Iron ingots, however, are much rarer as they are forged by smiths of Limsa Limitza. Curing them will prove far more problematic. You must steel yourself for a long and arduous journey, Harper. The wilderness is infested with unspeakable horrors and the roads are watched by bandit hordes. I jest. While such arduous character-building trials may have been possible once upon a time, they are, alas, simply unfeasible now. You only browse the market board or enlist the aid of a blacksmithing associate to obtain the iron you require. Oh, and there's one more thing you must need to do. Have you attached a single material to lance your craft? Any type will suffice. It's very hard to believe that an unexperienced adventurer like yourself could be unfamiliar with the substance. On the odd chance that you are, I suggest you seek out that goblin fellow in Central Town. There's no one more knowledgeable on the subject, or so I have heard. When you are possessed of all the necessary material, I bid you craft me a single material enhanced iron lance. I think I can do that. I think the only thing I need to get is the hard whatever. Hard leather. I'm gonna go ahead and make 5 iron ingots in case I need something else later. Right, for the hard leather, we'll teleport over to the bower and go get some. Because I know at least one of our people has some on them. I think it's China's. Yep, there it is. Just the one will do. And crafting complete. Now we just need to attach some materia, for which I'm pretty sure I have some in my inventory already. Ah, not ones we can use for this. Which classes are over level 30 anyways? Just Goldsmith. We'll need to get more stuff over level 30 so we can start desynthesizing stuff. Probably desynthesize everything, to be honest. After all, for all of these, I could just craft something similar. No. Still no luck. Okay. Let's go through our other gear and see if there's anything else that has enough on it to be extracted. Okay. Just gotta finish this. Okay. Let's try again. Those are not ideal, but the objective was only to demonstrate proof of concept, not to produce something that was actually functional. Is your lance ready? I need to see what you have wrought. You will not disappoint, Artbert. Your lance exceeds my expectations. These formidable weapons were originally intended for use by the Ishgardian cavalry and were designed with the aim of maximizing their bearer's effectiveness on the field of battle. By utilizing the speed of his mount, a lance-wielding knight could easily deliver a devastating blow that would cripple, if not outright kill. But this mode of attack placed significant strain on both the rider and his weapon. Should the latter fail, the knight would be left defenseless. Needless to say, the Iron Lance proved to be anything but prone to failure, eventually prompting Gardanian woodwheelers to adopt it as their own. The difference between the modern Gardanian weapon and the Guardian original are not so substantial, mine's a little more than a smaller vampire. Our lance does not require the same protection as a mounted knight, you see. Fascinating, is it not? The history our weapons carry, how they change and evolve to meet different demands. Truly all things possess potential for growth, weapons and armor, forests and cities, and aspiring carpenters. Remember this too, Artbert. The Iron Lance is a marvelous weapon, not because it does not bend at the moment of impact, but because it does not break. To bend yet not break, to endure and persevere, and finally triumph. When I gaze upon this lance, I am reminded of the single importance of resolve. The quality I saw in you when first you joined us, and choose will serve you well in the future. Whatever troubles you may face, remain resolute as an Iron Lance, and you will succeed. I like the confidence. Oh, Arbor, you look well. If you have come in search of work, I fear I have nothing to offer. Though, if you have no other pressing responsibilities, you might consider spending some time with the younglings in Acorn Orchard. The workshop has demanded my full attention of late, and I have been unable to seize them myself. I'll be alright, but... yeah, they'll probably ask me to make something. Oh dear, I feel tired. We should go to bed soon, so we'll wrap up, I think, soon. Hey, you're one of those adventurers that joined the guild. Yep, I sure am. Being dumb, Sissy. No wonder he hasn't visited in ages. I've seen him like this before. I bet it's because he can't think of anything new to make. He's no fun when he's like this. I prefer it when he's waving his saw around, threatening to tie his useless new apprentices to Figaga's gift. And but I know, you're a pretty good carpenter, right? You can make high-quality walnut lumber. You know how he's always saying stuff like, you must know the wood, and all that? I bet if we gave him some really good wood, it'd cheer him up in no time. You know, it sounds a bit strange, but then he is a bit strange, isn't he? You have to try something. Miss the mean old big... Do I have the ingredients for walnut lumber? No, I do not. So where do we get some? South Shroud's upper path near Quarry Mill. Which is also where we'll find the start the next Bard quest. So while I'm here doing this, I might as well just do that quest. There we go, that should be enough. All right. Yay. Ba da 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 da. Okay, the kid trap should ignore us now. Good. Now from here we can learn Warden's PM. Ah, that glint of determination in your eyes is a testament to your newfound strength. Put me in mind of my salad days, Ardbert. You wanna know why I truly abandoned the battlefield and became a bard? That I took an arrow in the knee is what most folk believe, but it's quite clear you are not most folk. Very well. I shan't insult your intelligence with an untruth. For now, allow me to answer by saying that everything in creation is given to change, and man most of all. I was drawn to the power of song, the power to touch the very souls of men, and decided that I must pursue it. Sadly, that power has been all but forgotten in this age of cynicism. Such songs as those performed by tavern bards served no purpose beyond the amusement of drunkards. That was not always the way of it. There was a time when song could shape the outcome of a conflict. Ever since nations first quarreled, armies have fielded archers, wherewith they rained death upon the enemy from afar. As the battle unfolded, however, the distinction between the lines of friend and foe would grow hazy. The archer's part did not end there. He had to stay ever alert, with arrow nocked and eyes trained upon the struggle. Even as comrades fell, turning the earth red with their blood, the archer could ill afford to avert his gaze, lest that moment cost another his life. One need not have a vivid imagination, oh dear, to appreciate the torrent of emotions that raged within him in that moment. Nerves near to fraying, his breast fit to burst. The archer did the only thing he could. He sang. His bow became a makeshift instrument, plucked as an accompaniment. At first, the archer sang only to still the roiling within, but his voice chanced to carry to his comrades. It inspired those engaged in combat, lending strength to their sword arm, and to those who lay upon the precipice of death, it granted a measure of peace. Realizing the tactical potential of song, they followed to set aside skilled archers for that purpose. Armies began raising dedicated regiments of minstrels. Members of such units were no warriors, Arbert. Fair of voice and nimble of finger, these career minstrels could find a place in the halls of any lord, yet they knew not of the burden borne by those who charge into battle, whose lives would dance with death and sup on pain. So their songs rang hollow, holding no power over the hearts of men. East of the Nausea, spirits are said to haunt the trees of Raincatcher Gully. I would ask you travel there and await the emergence of these spectres. Through force of arm, you are to release the spirits from their tormented existence, and in doing, ease their unfathomable suffering. With such a deed, might you draw forth an ancient melody from the soul of the bard. Rain catchers. Wow, he wants to send me all the way down to Nausea for this. Okay. Do I want to go all the way to the Nausea right now? Fuck, I actually wasn't paying attention. I completely missed the window for fishing. I'll be honest in saying that particular mission is probably going to be one that I won't complete the story part of it off camera, but I will certainly complete the gather resources part off camera. Because it requires me to pay very close attention to make sure that I don't miss the opportunity. Which is hard. Whoa. What the hell is Claw doing here? Oh. Well. Might as well just deal with this hunting log entry over here. Just two, so not too bad. Huh. Well, I see I'm not the only one doing this quest. Back to Quarry Mill for this. And that was an easy enough quest, so... At least we've got Bard on the list of classes that can now go into Sunken Karn. Welcome back, Albert. In your eyes, you see a layer of understanding, regret, and of futility. And in your heart, it now echoes with the strains of an old song, newly discovered. Embrace this song, and as you play it in battle, shall ever more powerful emotions beset and temper your soul. When your stock of tales is grown, may return and yell the stories of your adventures. Hey. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to Gridania. Alright, let's go deliver the resources that we crafted. Let's see what he has to say about them. Leave me, Albert, I must focus. What is this malaise which plagues me? I thought myself resolute of an iron lance, and yet... Yes, I feel it, this high-quality walnut lumber. It is your handiwork, is it not? Dense, durable, expertly finished. There is no doubt your skill, Albert. Walnut furniture was once quite popular, although. Mayhap we could revive that tradition. Better yet, produce a sturdier base for a new vamp plate design. The possibilities are endless. Thanks to you, Albert. It seems I am now paralyzed with indecision. How you have grown in no short time. So short time. You remind me of a dear friend, another soul possessed of great passion. Though we walked different paths, we pushed each other to give nothing less than our utmost. He even helped me through those times when inspiration failed me. I see much of him in you, and so I know I can hold you to the same high standards. Return to your work, Albert. Do not disappoint me. Well then. I have zero intention to support you anyways. Alright. So that was that one. I think it was leather worker was the other one that we need to do. I can't remember which levels it is I need to do for leather worker. I think it's... Okay, so just the level 25. That's good. Let's get to it. Oh, he'll pay. I swear by Louis Wad's beard, I'll tear the skin from his... Albert, it's good that you are here. Listen to this. An old Don merchant has set about blackening the guild's good name. He claims that some toad leather we sold him is, I quote, of inferior quality. Ah, you heard me. Inferior. The gall of the man. I swear to you, I would be very soul of contrition if his allegation proven true. They seem so utterly unthinkable. But he claims the leather was unevenly tanned and still reeked of toad slime. It's clear that whoever made that leather didn't know the first thing about working with toad skin. Which means that there's no way in the seven hells that came from us. Believe me when I tell you, Albert, I'll be deep in the cold hard ground before I permit such shoddy work to bear our name. Very thought of some two-guild hide mangler claiming to represent this guild makes me want to... Gah! Ultimately, it doesn't matter that this isn't our handiwork. If our customers begin to suspect our status is slipping, and that we are not showing our materials for respect, our good name will be lost. Our many years of hard work will have been for naught. We can't let that happen. Though I am certain We have done no wrong, we need to make this right. We'll sell this with a display of authentic craftsmanship. Prepare a circle of high-quality toad leather and bring it for inspection. Understood? Yeah, I can do that. I just need gigantoid skin, which thankfully Silva has plenty of. So give me one moment to walk over to Shade's Bower and pick up some, because we have a bell. Oh dear. Yeah, definitely want to go to bed soon. I know I said that not too long ago, but... go. Maybe. Made it. Here we go. This will do nicely, Arbor. You clearly understand the unique properties of toad skin and how best to harness them. This leather is sturdy, flexible, and clearly free of unpleasant odors. There is but one thing left to do. I want you to take this toad leather, march down to Caroline Company, and shove it in this Amar's face. Show the impaired fool what real finial quality looks like. With pleasure. Though I fully suspect it's going to turn out this guy knew what he was doing and it was all a ploy to try and get free shit, or because he wants to see the company fail so that he can swoop in and take over. Or he's a competitor. One or the other. One of those three options. Could also be all right. Completely utterly unacceptable. Shame on Finial and their vainglorious claims. Okay, anyone call this rubbish toad leather? One time one of your shots showed up. What is this? More toad leather? Man, a full refund, not more of your... Is this? 12. I have never seen such exquisite toad leather. This makes this excellent belt or bag. I don't understand. That you are a producer of finial goods. You bring this to me. By special order of the legendary Giva herself? What is the meaning of this? Explain to him about the fact that he got faked. I am most terribly sorry, good sir. When the merchant told me it was Gordani leather, I naturally assumed this Anger Botha was some affiliate with Finial. I should have known it was too good to be true. A fraction of the time, a fraction of the price, he said. Well, I certainly got what I paid for. I mean, I've never even heard of Anger Botha before, but everyone knows that Gordani is famous for. No more excuses. It's my responsibility as a merchant to evaluate the supplier. My own damn fault that I purchased an inferior product. Reputation is everything as well, but I fear I have unjustly besmirched your guild. Despite all that, the great Giva saw fit to gift me this exquisite leather. Well, I too have a reputation, behold. This gesture cannot go unanswered. Good, you'll make up for spreading false claims. And we have a name to associate with the person who was selling the shitty stuff. So that's useful. Let's Goon will take us back to Kurthos. Dumb Archer. White Mage takes us out to Fulgur, to Camp Tranquil. Excellent work, Arbert. That bastard Amar felt so appallingly guilty. He rushed over here to beg my forgiveness in person. I have witnessed some groveling in my time, but it was a truly masterful display. Bowing, stuttering, sniveling, it had it all. Oh, I wish you'd seen it, Arbert. A proud old Don merchant, humbled by a circle of toad level. You've improved more than I thought. Now, all we have to do is find out who's making this Angerbotha dross. Our contrite friend said that he had been told it was a new Gridanian brand, but no one here has heard of it. Gridanian brand. It's obvious they mean to capitalize on our good name. I'd like to meet the man who made that toad leather. Hey, Shepard, should you ever cross him on your travels, I consider a personal favor if you would flay the skin from his back and make me a pair of soles, so I can grind him into the dirt every single day. Wow, that is amazing. I really love how passionate she is about everything. Alright, so the only class that remains inside Gridania itself is Botanist, because everything else that well, actually no, Botanist and Summoner. I almost forgot about the fact that Summoner exists in this city. Alright, well, let's go turn in Botanist. Or not turn in, let's take up Botanist. Alright, level 30. I will get... Let's see about the... We've already got the gloves, so we'll get boots this time. I fear we have a situation on our hands, Arbert. The guild's crop of alligator pears has been ravaged by vermin, scarcely a day before the fruit was due to be picked. It is disheartening to see our labor come to naught, but such is the way of nature. Alas, our woes do not end there. In a fine example of ill timing, no sooner had the disaster come to light than we received an unusually large order for, yes, alligator pears from the Caroline Company. The all hope is not lost, for the fruit also grows in the wild. We need but find enough to fill the order, 15 to be precise. Our man Silvio is charged with keeping track of such produce as may be harvested 12 weeks. He spends most of his days around Bent Branch Meadow at this time of year. If there are alligator pears out there, he will know where to find them. Pray seek him out, Arbor, and do as he directs. Cool. I will do that. I think we'll just finish the botany ones and then call it for the day, I think. Looking for alligator parts. I heard the unfortunate tidings. All we can do is take it on chin and cope as best we can. I recommend you search the northeast of Quarrymill. Wild alligator pears grow there. We're doing well when I last passed through. Barring pests, they should be ripe for picking right about now. And just so you know, the place you're going is no different from any other untamed corner of the 12s, but which means it's full of nasties. Botanists like myself avoid the air if we can help it, but it should be as a walk through a flower garden for an adventurer like you. And you best be on your way, as alligator pears aren't to pick for themselves. So we said near Quarrymill. Okay. That's the one. All right. One moment. Alright, let's wrap this up. Okay, so first we need to boost our accuracy. And let's upgrade our gear. Okay. Boost that, boost this. Get out your repairs. Alright, so it's 8 out of 15. And yeah, well, if we finish the botanist quest today, then next time around we'll start off the stream by doing the summoner quest, I think. Probably a good way to start things off. Yay. Back to Gudon, let's turn these in. For food, she will be happy with love. For a good supply of alligator pears. What are they called? Alligator pears. I should actually take a look at my inventory and see why. A soft green fruit, also known as shroud butter, though not thought to be indigenous to Eurasia, it is not certain how the plant first came to the realm. Okay. I trust you now know where alligator pears are found in nature. Please hurry, our birdie would not be to our client waiting. Yes, well, here you go. That's how they look. Okay. 15 alligator pears, and just in the nick of time. You've spared us Leonin's wrath. Unless you misunderstand, Leonin is a reasonable woman, ordinarily. It is just that much rests upon the fruit's availability. Alligator pears are to form the centerpiece of a new dish of hers, you see. Hearty salads which she has been promoting feverishly to adventurers far and wide. Leonia would not have been best pleased had her plans gone awry. But owing to your efforts, she can keep her promise and we are a good reputation. My profoundest thanks, Arbert. I trust you have learned a valuable lesson from this episode, namely that we must not take nature's bounty for granted. As I taught you when first you came to us, nature is an unsentimental creature. She may provide for our every need today, only to take it all away on the morrow. Those who would walk the path of botany must come to terms with this fact, and the sooner the better. For should your labors prove fruitless, and they frequently shall, no amount of brooding will avail you. At such times one must remember that for all her seeming cruelty, nature is not our enemy. She simply is. If you would become intimate with her and partake of her bounty, you must learn to accept her unconditionality. Yeah, that's fair. I think this time I'll take the chess piece. Ah, Arbor, you couldn't have come at a better time. A dear old friend of mine has found herself in a predicament, and is in dire need of a botanist's aid. Normally, I would not trouble you with a request of such a personal nature. This task, however, should serve you nicely in training. A contingent of the God's Quiver has just returned victorious from a hard-fought battle with the XIV, and my culinarian friend Yanni has been tasked with overseeing a feast befitting the occasion. Unfortunately, he's suffering a timely shortage of a key ingredient. I would ask you to harvest 20 laurel leaves, which shall be found amidst the lush vegetation to the northeast of Little Alamigo in southern Thailand, and bring them to me for inspection. Okay, laurel leaves. I feel like that's one I already have collected in the Laurel. No, I haven't. So it's a little on to go. Going. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get a bit of everything that's collectible here, because that'll help with our experience gain. Because we need a lot of this item, though, I will make sure to prioritize it a bit. If we get the one that gives us the big boost. Okay. Yep, this is the one. Alright, that's 7 out of 20. A little bit more. And that's the desert saffron obtained. Alright, that's 12. With any luck, we'll get a bit more at this one. We'll also have to rely on hoping that 86 is high enough that we get it all. Huh. Well, we do have a 1 in 4 chance of getting double. And we got it both times there, so... what is that, at least? There we go. That should do it. Let's get back to Gridania. Well, they have to turn it in and then deliver it to the client. And then come back. Well, I hope not the comeback part. Ask your harvest. Yeah, already done. In fact, I got 25. I need extra. Let me see. 1920. And there are your withered leaf among the lot. Yea, will be pleased as peas. Speaking of which, Albert, do you know why Laurel is so prized by culinarians across the realm? Not only is it boast the most pleasant aroma, deep yet not overpowering. Perfect accent to a savory stew or seasoning for steak. But it is also known to stimulate the appetite. The brave men and women of God's Quiver feast now. It is only a matter of time before they are summoned back to the field of battle. Little Laura the young, and she might prepare a feast that will warm their hearts as well as sate their stomachs. There she is. Greetings, friend. Are you perchance the botanist of whom for future trust to my order of laurels? Well, I can see why Fucha is always singing your praises. These will be among the crispiest, most aromatic laurel leaves ever to grace my spice rack. Accelerating parties grow more relentless with each passing day. I feel that day will soon come when we can no longer afford to feast our men on as heartily as we do today. Still, Gridanian's finest require sustenance as much as they need their lances and bows. I am but a simple culinarian, but I would do what I can to support my countrymen. And yet there is only so much I can accomplish on my own. At any rate, I am grateful to for your aid. Pass along my thanks to Fucha, and let her know that I shall be calling upon your services again. Of course you will. I'm good at what I do. Ayani was overjoyed with your delivery. Thanks to you, she'll be able to prepare a feast befitting the triumphant occasion. Yet, truth be told, I take no pleasure in martial victories. Every day that we continue to war the soils of blood, I fear to lose something of what we once were. There was a time when Gridanians and Ixal alike lived in harmony with nature, with each other. Is there no other way to resolve our differences than with lance and arrow? Forgive me, Albert. I do not mean to burden you with my troubles. Yeah, it's quite alright. I understand her concern. It's amazing how much our style changes as we play through this. Well, next would be summer. This is up this way. I am gonna, though, end the stream here. I think this is just a good place to stop because we did what we set out to do, which was finish Sunken Temple. We'll run through it a few times to get enough gear. Just make sure I have a full set of all the gear. At first I'm only going to run through it with classes that actually have their level 35 quests done. So next time around I might do a few more of those. With that in mind, I think I might start this quest so that I have it in my quest log and have it serve as the title of the actually no. I'll use like Fish Passing in the Nights as the one for that. So yeah. For now that's it for today. So yeah, it's been fun. I look forward to our next video. Until then, as always, I've been Sparks, and hope you have a wonderful day. See yas!